back to another day from the 12 days of Christmas. We are about to wrap up the Christmas cycle or Christmas season. Sometimes today, the day before Epiphany, might be called the 12th day or the 12th night tonight. Epiphany is sort of the culmination of the Christmas season as we celebrate the three kings from the east visiting the Christ child with their gifts. And I'll talk more about that hopefully tomorrow. But so it kind of depends on how you count the 12 days, whether you start on Christmas Day. Today would be the 12th day. I started on the 26th, so tomorrow will be the 12th day. But at any rate, you just heard in dulci Jubilo, or in sweet rejoicing. That recording was from the Christmas Eve service at the downtown site this past Christmas Eve. And I understand that during the live stream that night, the postlude got cut off. So for some of you who may have been watching the live stream and didn't bother to go back and listen to the recorded version afterwards, you may have missed some of that. It's a fitting way to sort of finish off the Christmas season. It's such a glorious setting of this tune, which you just heard is by Johann Sebastian Bach. He made a few settings of this tune. This particular one is particularly famous due to its tradition of being the postlude always performed after the famous 9 Lessons and Carols festival from King's College in England. And starting in about 1938, there was a particular organist who played this as the postlude to the 9 Lessons and Carols, and ever since it's been tradition to play that. And this is personal for me. A few stories now in this 12 days have circled back to the Appleton Boy Choir, and it's only fitting because I probably wouldn't be here today if it weren't for that institution's influence on my life and my education. But the Appleton Boy Choir started a tradition many years ago of doing their own 9 Lessons and Carols, and it's modeled on the King's College tradition, and the late Frank Ripple had a lot to do with that. And you know, in Appleton back in the day, there weren't all these Christmas shows around town. There were just a few. There was the White Heron Chorale, now the New Voices, and they joined the Appleton Boy Choir for this 9 Lessons and Carols. And Lawrence University used to do Handel's Messiah every year. Anyway, this was a big deal, and still is. They carry on that tradition. But Frank Ripple, who was my organ teacher, my first organ teacher, I remember as a boy his playing this piece as the postlude to our own 9 Lessons and Carols each year. And this setting is very interesting. You know, so in the ELW, we know the hymn as Good Christian Friends Rejoice. And when we sing it, it goes something like this. And so on. It's this very dance-like tune. By the way, this tune goes back to the 1400 or maybe even before. It was a macaronic text where it was mixed Latin and German together in this tune, and the texts kind of were married together from very early on, and it's provided fodder for many musical settings by many different composers over history. But that's the tune as we kind of know it, as we sing it. Well, what Bach does with that is, as he often does in some cases, is he stretches it out. So what was, you know, becomes in the very opening here, and then he goes on, fills in all these things, and makes this very virtuosic toccata-like piece based on this sort of chorale, and he stretches it out. It's basically just one time through of the chorale tune, but what he does with it, and it's always seemed to me like a fitting end to the Christmas Eve service. I played it every year since I started here, and it just I feel like it has a way of capturing the mystery, the seriousness, the festivity and fun. It kind of has everything in it, and just a marvelous piece and fun to play. So that was In Dulci Jubilo by J.S. Bach, and just want to say Merry Christmas again, Happy New Year. Tomorrow will be the final video on the Feast of the Epiphany. Hope to see you then.